supposed to see me leak. No one's supposed to see me leak here. I've been trying to strengthen myself, not further dig my reputation hole deeper. I already let my guard down a few weeks ago on the anniversary of the bomb. And I resolved to not let it happen again. But then last night, pain came calling. When Elenia entered my room, I tried to quickly put myself together. However, it was to no avail. I had my back to the door when she knocked, and she let herself in when I didn't answer right away. Taken aback by this, I asked her what she was doing. Ignoring my questioning, Elenia came in and sat down next to me on the bed in silence. And we sat there together like that for nearly an hour before either one of us spoke. Me quietly crying next to her, avoiding eye contact as she reached for my hand to comfort me. At first, I pulled away. It's been so long since I've allowed myself to get close enough to anyone to share physical contact. I've missed that warmth way more than I realized. After that first hour, I reached my hand back out to her, my head still turned away. When I felt strong enough, I finally turned to face her. A small expression of concerned worry danced across her face for a fleetingly finite moment before she softened into a gentle smile. She squeezed my hand, got up and wet a cloth, and returned to the bed. To slide over closer, Elenia gathered all of the loose makeup off of the bed and brought it to my vanity. Then, she sat back down, grabbed the wet cloth, and brought it up to my face. In my silent suffering, I had tried to cover up my face with white makeup to hide the changes. I wanted to feel like myself again. To feel like myself before the bomb. And I know that life is better this way. I do. I understand the suffering I spared my planet were the bomb to never have fallen, even at the cost of my own suffering now. I have accepted this. I have. But I'm still a person. I still have my leaker moments. And last night, it just got to be unbearable. Elenia gently blotted and wiped at my face with the softness of 1,000 angels. As she did, she whispered to me,
"Your struggles have only made you more beautiful."
Before kissing me on the cheek in the slightest of ways. My eyes dropped, my face flushed. This act of affection, while small, has only brought me deeper into her fold. Elenia shows no fear when interacting with me, even though it's still unclear what me being irradiated means for those around me. She doesn't let that stop her from showing me love. This kiss, this display of compassion, it was so small, but it meant everything. After she had wiped the makeup off of my face, revealing its colorful base once again, She relet the cloth before it was brought up to her own chest. I couldn't help but notice, before she did, however, that the cloth now nearly bore my face as well. Then, Elenia gently blotted and wiped at her chest with the softness of 1,000 angels. As she did, she whispered to me,
Your struggles have only made me feel more beautiful again, too.
while a long, deep scar apparated on her chest. My jaw dropped, my face puzzled, and I reached out for her hand. Elenia. She recoiled back before standing up, moving to hang the let cloth to dry before she went to make her leave. I sat in silence as she tiptoed around. When she reached the door frame, I stood, unsure what I was going to say or do. Her back still turned to me. Elenia looked over her shoulder to say,
There must be some kind of force that wanted to make sure you lived.
before she turned and left the room, leaving me in my contemplative silence. And silent I was. I could hardly process all I had just gone through. I know my processing speed historically isn't the best, but I completely froze here. What did she mean by some force? How did she get that chest scar? What else is she hiding from me? I had more questions than I did answers. But at least for tonight, I had to accept that. Instead, I focused on this act of compassion shown to me tonight. To see me at such a low point emotionally without recoiling away. It's special. She's special. Elenia somehow always knows the perfect thing to say. I feel wrong now that I blocked her out a few weeks ago. She can help me get through this. And maybe I can help her through whatever she's experienced too. I think I'm ready to move on. I know how to move on now. And it's with Elenia by my side as a spiritual advisor. If my mission for the planet has been to bring faith back to them, having a spiritual advisor seems to make sense. Maybe she'll be able to lead me down the path of righteousness and help establish something for Axolaris to believe in that's bigger than themselves. I want everyone to be able to move on from the war, to feel the way that Elenia made me feel tonight. I feel so light, it's as though my soul sprouted wings and flew. Before I decide anything, however, I need to sleep. I have been up all night, and I don't want to start making big decisions while sleep deprived. I will rest today, then start making decisions tomorrow. Stay tuned, chat. Faith is coming.